Hello everyone, this is a new series I'm trying out, let's see how well this goes. My name is Biscuit Rebellion and here are all the WTF moments from the comics that were released from DC Comics in the week of November 9th, 2016. Please keep in mind that these moments are not what I find strictly negative, it could be positive or surprising. They are just moments that make me go WTF. Also, spoilers for the recent Rebirth comics that were released this week. So we start things off within the pages of Action Comics issue 967. John asks his father, why don't you go back to your traditional costume or the black costume he had during the New 52 initiative. Now, Superman does give a good reason why he doesn't wear the black suit anymore, but according to him, he is wearing the New 52 costume because it gives him a familiar and inspirational look. Because nothing says inspirational by taking away red underwear. Seriously, there is not that much of a difference between these two costumes. DC, stop trying to justify the lack of red undies, it's actually getting really annoying. Later on, there's a moment where Lois is in trouble and Clark 2.0, that's this guy, contacts Superman. Superman notices the signal and tells John that they both have to leave. For some reason, Superman asks why, and then he answers his own question by saying that there's trouble in Metropolis. Pretty sure that this part of the speech bubble was supposed to go to John, but for some reason it didn't. That little mistake threw me off as I was reading WTF. So it turns out that these guys that were introduced at the end of the last issue of Action Comics came from a distant future where Earth is slowly turning into Apocalypse. You would think that this would mean the return of Darkseid, but it turns out that the person responsible for the events that are going to occur in the future is actually Lex Luthor, who looks quite identical to Darkseid and is also taking up the mantle of him. So essentially these two went back in time to kill Lex Luthor. I guess you either die a hero. Next we have All-Star Batman and the return of Bat Logic, more like Bat Sorcery in this particular situation. So get this, Two-Face has the upper hand in this situation and decides to pour acid on Batman's eyes instead of his already exposed mouth, for whatever reason, but that's not what makes me go WTF. For some reason, a glass shield that covers Batman's bottom portion of his face appears. There's not a single panel that indicates a press of a button in order to make the thing appear, so where the hell did it come from? There's not even a sound effect in the panel where you see the face mask to give you an indication that maybe the suit programmed the thing to appear. What's even funnier is that the next page you don't see it anymore, so what the fuck? Now this is something that I don't see every day. In Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, we get to learn more about Huntress. She grew up in a family of mobsters and her family was in rivalry with another one. One day, the other family decides to quickly end the rivalry by killing all the members of Huntress's family, which they almost succeeded. They killed her father by shooting straight in the head, killed her older brother, who I assume is still a kid, and took out her mother by dragging her out of the house and shooting her. The fact that I get to see a dead kid in a DC comic, I guess, is a WTF moment for me. Jericho, aka Joey Wilson, returns in the latest Deathstroke issue, WTF! Just when I thought there weren't any WTF moments, I found this little moment in Detective Comics. Batwing finally asked the question that's been on my mind for a while, even though that particular moment was a bad time to ask. He said, and I quote, "And you should really think about how you're rebranding this whole operation. What do you guys even call yourselves in the field?" Batman was really never the type of person to establish a team, let alone name one. The only group I remember him establishing is the Outsiders. I just find it strange that we are 10 issues in and there has yet to be an established name for this group. I mean, who do we call them? The Bat Family? But the thing is, Clayface is a member, so what can we call them? Jon Stewart's expression when he discovers a planet is in danger. I know this is a pretty important moment, but you don't need to open your mouth that wide just to shout an order. STARRO makes an appearance in the Green Lantern's book. This surprises me because I never actually read a Green Lantern comic that has it in it. Brainiac makes his Rebirth debut, WTF! But not only that, he captured the entire Green Lanterns and maybe half of the Yellow Lanterns, double WTF! So after Hal Jordan's supposed death, we see his ring flying around space in search for him. At the end of the issue, however, the ring finds one of the Guardians of the Universe, two to be more specific. Now, I don't know about you, but that does not look like Hal Jordan, so why did his ring find the two Guardians? So after we've received a massive bombshell in last month's new Superman comic, you know, the one where Kang's father is actually a vigilante, but in this issue, it's revealed that his mother, who not only was a vigilante and inspired Kang's father to take that role, but she was also China's first superhero. Massive WTF. And literally the next page we have another WTF moment coming from Lainey Lan, who is essentially Chinese Lois Lane, let's be honest with ourselves. She was reporting on the news and she said, and I quote, "A no-holds-bar firefight between supervillains and law enforcement." Not only does this term no-holds-bar make me think about wrestling, but these are supervillains. There is no rules when it comes to these people, let alone when they have firearms. So why is this called a no-holds-bar? Why not just a regular firefight? So see if you can try to understand this. Every word you see highlighted in blue in this comic is supposed to represent English, while everything else represents Mandarin, the spoken Chinese language. This makes sense because the setting is taking place in China and everyone involved in the series grew up in that country. So you would think that every word that's highlighted in blue is supposed to represent a name or a place or any character who is speaking only in English, but here we have two individuals talking in Mandarin, and instead of STARRO being highlighted only in blue, it's genetically modified STARRO that's highlighted in blue. I guess the reason why they have it like that is so it can be called GMS for short. I mean, I don't know, that got me scratching my head for a bit. There's not a single moment that I can find in Scott Lobdell's Red Hood and the Outlaws this week. Massive, just massive, earth-shattering WTF right there. There once was a supervillain named Papercut who creates paper that are razor sharp. The first time we see him is in a park sitting down making paper shurikens. God knows why he's there and God knows how long it took him making those things, but it turns out that he is making those things to attempt a robbery and rob all the people that are around him in that park. So he attempts to do this until Kid Flash shows up to save the day. We then find out that he is able to control anything that's wood, including trees. A guy who can control any types of wood is named Papercut. Need I say more? So there you have it, that's all the moments that made me go WTF from DC Comics this week. I don't know if I'll make another one of these videos, it all depends on you guys, so let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if there's any WTF moments that you would like to share or any that I've missed, let me know down in the comment section as well. I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm pretty tired, so I'm just gonna relax, do some random shit, I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.